Hi, empowered leaders. This video today is slightly different than most of my previous videos, and particularly looking through the lens of the courage to do one's own inner work as well as outer work. And I've been pondering about how to talk about this topic, particularly to this community, my community here. And I recognize I don't know if this might rub some people the wrong way. And I hope that you still watch all the way through, whether you feel uncomfortable or you feel this really resonates about this topic, and see how this might be an opportunity for our own growth during these challenging times. So specifically in the United States, and if you're watching outside of the US, you may have already heard, well, obviously in the US, about the death of George Floyd and others and other racist acts that have occurred in the past few weeks that have really shaken up the country. And it was an opportunity for me to take a step back and explore, like, what is my role in contributing to the dialogue, contributing to making a change and shift. And at first you might think like, oh, what does this have to do with, empowering yourself and others? What does this have to do with, learning to focus and make progress in your work? Here's how I see it relates. Ultimately, we got swept up in the current pandemic, and it highlighted our common humanity, our common struggle. And part of the work that I've been looking to do, part of my purpose, part of my why, is finding ways to help empower oneself and then to empower others. And so the same comes when something difficult shows up that is hard to ignore, that impacts people, that impacts a particular population of people, particularly the Black community in the United States. And recognizing that in order for us to be able to have the resilience to grow and evolve as in our humanity, we have to be able to see the injustices that are happening, and then we have to be able to address that in our own way, whatever that might be. So this now comes back to the topic of the courage of doing your inner work. So when this all came about, I wasn't sure what I needed to do. Was my role as an Indian man in this topic, in this dynamic? Where am I to share? Where am I to sort of do my own work around this? And I took time. It was a very challenging week, just the sadness of the events that were going on. And I took the time to really come inwards, process through what was showing up for me. I talk about the tools: be, breathe, and experience. So really allowing myself for whatever was coming up, the discomfort, the sadness, and letting myself be with that and let it move through me. And come to a place of grounding, or some sense of grounding, at least a bit by bit, to say, okay, how can I explore my inner work around this, my discomfort around this, the fact that I haven't as explicitly talked out loud about this. And so here I am inviting you to explore for yourself, what's the courageous inner work you have an opportunity to do and look at. And then from that place, whether it's simply getting yourself acquainted, learning about the issues, learning about how to support your fellow human beings, then see what you can do to have the courage to do the outer work, whatever that might be for you. And I see this ultimately as the same muscle. This same muscle for us to be able to do this is the same muscle that empowers yourself and empowers others. It's the same muscle that's going to help build the resiliency for you in this pandemic. It's the same muscle that's going to help support your family, help support your teams, help support your community, whatever the case might be. We're all, dare I say, on this spiritual journey together. And so while this might not be the typical video, once again, that you might have been looking for, I hope that it resonates in some fashion. So thank you so much for being with me. And please let me know if there's any way that I can help support. Please let me know if you want to be in dialogue or whatever the case might be. But give yourself the grace, the forgiveness to be with whatever shows up, and then continue to have the courage to step forward. Thank you. We'll be talking again soon.